It's back. After a week of hiatus, Love Live is back. And I gotta say, I'm very fortunate in a way for this because a lot of other anime have been pushed back where it'll take some weeks for it to get back, or some have to completely restart a schedule, like Uncle from Another World. So we've gained off pretty well compared to everybody else. Because I even know manga is starting coming back because of certain conditions in Japan when it comes to COVID. So it seems COVID is still really harming Japan over there, and I wish them luck. Now, let's get back into the goodness that is Love Live. The competition is starting up hot, and they need to make a stage on their own. This time, where last time it was requirements, certain things they have to do in order for them to pass each round, which I was very interested in. And I'm hoping that they'll do it this time, but a little bit different this season, because I believe this series of Love Live is where Love Live is actually more involved than it was compared to the other series. Well, the first two, anyways. What I'm trying to say is the first two, it was just them just making a performance, a stage, and costumes, and that was it. Where in this one, especially from last season, it was more compared to Love Live was very involved within the series. As in, you have the announcer, you have the audience, and then you have this task that you had to do with certain tricks. You know, you couldn't just make a song and stage and stuff. You had to do it a certain way in order to win, whether it was through rap, it was through a certain theme. You know, it was like that. So it was, it was unique. It really made Love Live truly stand out. That Love Live was truly involved in the series that's called Love Live. So hopefully this time around it'll be the same way, but just a little bit different. We can see the announcer, we can see the stages, the people, the audience, and see what they will do when it comes to each performance that they have to do, not just make one up. For instance, this one they had to make up a stage that symbolizes their team and where they came from. So that's where the hard part came from, where it represents Leela in their school, in a way. It was easy for Sunshine. They lived by the shore, the countryside. They had the oranges, they had the ocean. You know, they had that thing that they were fighting for the sake of their school as well. Of course, they couldn't save the school. They were able to leave the school mark on history through the history of Love Live. So they were able to do that in Sunshine. So, what truly represents Leela, they had to find out on their own. What makes them special? What sets them apart? So, they had to think on this, and it wasn't easy. Of course, Cuckoo comes back to the baseball plan. But it just didn't work out. They can't do it. They need the money in order to get that. They can't just do it. It was automatically impossible. And of course, now to me, it shows how she's a con schemer. Her ideas aren't always so bright in certain ways. Her ideas could work. The problem is that people just don't want to pick up on them. For instance, when she had that takoyaki in the smoothie idea, everyone thought it was stupid, but until she tried it out, it was good. So it'll show more of her character, how she fits into making crazy ideas to help out Leela to, grow and to advance. But what I've seen from this series is that they really do get help from the outside at school in general, mainly people from the general classes instead. But of course, all the uniforms are the same now. There's no longer different uniforms, separating them and making them feel inferior and stuff like that. So it was good that they got rid of that. That being said, there's also talk at school council. We have Ren, we have Kanan as vice president, and even treasurer is Kinaka. Yeah, Kinaka's treasurer. And I guess you could say Kinaka's true senpai is Kanan in a way. And Natsume Senpai is, of course, is Surmei, compared to business and being a way to make money, kind of go hand in hand. And then, of course, you have Cuckoo and Mei as Kunai and Senpai, in a way. Because, they both love obsessive idols and Love Life more than anybody else in the group. So, of course, the question is who is Shiki's Senpai? It could be, maybe she just don't have a Senpai. It'd be nice if she does, but It could be Chisato, probably. It could be Ren. I'm guessing it could be more of Chisato than Ren. We haven't seen Shiki really look up to the other senpais compared to other things. When it comes to the stage and taking care of everything, because they have a lot on their plate, they had, people from the general class helping them out like they did last season. And everyone's pitching in, realizing the amount of work and burdens that this one group had, because they had to take care of a lot of things. But to them, it was just any other day. So, but for someone to take the burden off of them and to help out and support it, you see all the senpais and Leela, tearing up, crying and stuff, where the first years were not, because I guess they understand I guess they did, but didn't realize the true burden that the original senpais had when it comes to carrying everything. You saw, of course, Kuku tearing up, Starmie tearing up, Chisato, Ren. They all had tears in their eyes because it was nice for someone to take the burden off of them to help them out with these ideas that they had to come up with. And of course, even some tips from Sunny Passion. They're going to do theirs, of course, off the sea. They have an island they support. So because of that, they decided to do one right in the ocean, which is very, very good. So what place could they do? So kind of running, she realized something that brings them together, and that is that road. That road that comes straight from their school. And that road itself connects to everything else around their area. It was a good idea. It is a good idea. And because of that, they were able to make a performance, the uniforms, and the song. It's not the best catchy song, but it's not the best song. I like the other song, the last song they sung, where Natsume joins the group. That song was just fun and energetic in a way. And this one had its perks, but it was more of a welcoming song. Like, hey, this is who we are. This is us. And I guess that's the perfect theme for what they had to do in order to pass, which they did, by the way. So congrats to them. And next one is in order to win. What will they have to do to win? Well, we'll wait and see. Oh man, it's good talking about Love Live. And before I end this video, I always like to talk. What's next? What's next after this? I said the same thing with Nijisaki's Love Live. What's next after this? Will it be another season? Will it be another movie? I do not know, my people. I usually am spot on when it comes to these things, but like I said, these two series have been completely different compared to the first two series, which were hand in hand. But these two are just so different in a way. So I don't know where it's gonna go. We could get a Superstar movie, we could get a Nijisaki movie, or probably break the curse and get a third season. Hey. But it's always about them winning Love Live. But I would like to see what happens after they win Love Live. They still have another year in school, the senpais do. So that would be pretty interesting. See what they do next. Yeah, now they win it, what happens next? But again, we see that before. But it's in movie proclamation. It's always them going to another country and stuff like that. But what if it's not like that? What if they mix it up a bit? Something different. I would like to see that happen. But anyways, that's all I got for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrownxox on Anime. Signing out.